Folks, Bob Mannery here, and you're listening to Agree to Disagree, the flagship, only on A2D Radio. Uncle Sweeps, Nick Delgazzo, the legendary Brian Wilson, and the fucking man himself, Tom Arnone. These three guys from Jersey bringing you real talk with no agenda. You don't like them? Tough shit. It's their show, and they're going to say whatever the hell they goddamn want.
Agree to Disagree, A2D Radio. We are live from the brand new Real Talk Studios. No longer in Mount Ephraim, New Jersey, so. But we got a gigantic show, obviously, in store for you. It is Eagles Cowboys Day. It's what we waited a week for, which actually felt longer. It's been a strange week of not feeling good, and then coming into the morning of and trying to get that feel, which we'll get into in a little bit. Tom Arnone, Nick Delgazzo, Brian Wilson, Greg Mwakovic over on the ones and twos. We are brought to you by our doc, Make Him Yours, Dr. Paul Vidal. We'll have the doc on around 12 o'clock-ish today. Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. You can find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. We'll go crumb of the week later on in the show. Faith in the Flyers. Figured I had some Flyers content in. They're playing good hockey, so what's our faith in them? Phillies off-season moves, if we have some time, we'll get into them. Sixers issues, because there's obviously some. When you lose 3 in a row before last night, there were some glaring issues that I think we can get into and see what can fix it. So we'll get into a little Sixers issues as the show goes on. But it's going to – listen, we know what it's going to be heavy. It's heavy Eagles-Cowboys. And it's Eagles-Cowboys pregame. We're going to go over score predictions. Offensive, defensive players of the game, allow you to win some money from us to you. $50. You nail the score. Offensive, defensive player of the game is the tiebreaker. Screenshot it. Send it over to A2D Radio. And if you win, you get money. So we'll go over all that. Keys to the game. How the hell do we finally beat Ezekiel Elliott? Forget beating the Dallas Cowboys. We are 0-5 when Ezekiel Elliott is on the field for the Dallas Cowboys. To me, that's the only good feeling I have about this game is them kind of trends usually end at some point. You know, they usually do. But that being said, it could easily be 6-0 because, like Will said right before we came on, and it's factual, the more talented football team is the Dallas Cowboys.
Absolutely.
Now, we've been a little bit more resilient. But the Cowboys over the last 20-plus years, we know who they are in big spots. When everybody thinks they're going to win, they never win. When the world thinks they're going to win, Vegas thinks they're going to win, and everybody out there, like last week, everybody thought they were going to lose to the Rams. Everybody. They come out and they roll them, okay? We fast forward to this week, most people got the Cowboys. I'll say majority of the country has Dallas in this football game. Hence the line.
Yeah.
You know, hence
Probably
the line.
85%, I'd say.
Absolutely.
So now we go right
And
into
they
it.
should.
And our
And
poll
they
question.
should.
Our poll
Really.
question brought
It's
to you by.
awful.
Sorry, our poll question brought to you by ATSSportPicks.com. ATSSportPicks.com. Use promo code A2D, 20% off. The Eagles will beat the Cowboys. Do you agree or disagree? Listen, I haven't done a show in like 5 weeks, I feel like. It's been
a while.
It's been a long time.
It's been a while.
It's
been a hot
long
set.
time.
I think we did one after Thanksgiving, but since then we haven't done one. Couple weeks. It's been a couple weeks.
Up 3, 4, right? At least?
2.
No.
2. I think it's been 2.
Only for us, it's been 2?
It's only been 2.
I think so.
I think we had 2 off. So
We did do that one before we tried. Like we knew we were moving.
yeah.
Yeah.
You said it. You said it'd probably be 2-week dead time.
So a lot of room for activities in here.
Sure.
We're
Yeah.
gonna have a little. We're gonna have a little mini putt over there. A little putt, right?
little putt.
We're gonna put the old school little mini basketball up on the
Oh, yeah.
up on there. You
let's
got to bury
do
a
that.
couple of them. Some darts, and I'm thinking bubble hockey in the back. The old school bubble hockey.
Oh, my God.
Do you not like it or do you love it?
No one even wants to see me in that.
I
have one
love
in my
it.
garage since I was 7.
Lot of
on
game
air.
nights.
He said, "Come see me."
A
Right
lot of
on
game
air.
nights.
I was like 140-2 at Giuseppe's. Seriously, just taking money from people. They wouldn't even let me play people no more.
140-2.
Swear to God. Only time I lost because people were hitting shots off the fucking bang and in. Like, what just happened?
Did that go off the top and in?
What just happened?
Good risk guy.
It's not playing in like the Ray Stadium in Tampa. It hits the roof. It's
Yeah.
dead. It's dead.
Great
It's dead.
risk
It's
guy.
dead.
I know the keys. I've had one since I was like 6.
They're the best. So
We still got it. We can refurbish it.
There it is.
No one. We haven't used it in years.
You really have one?
Yeah, it's in the garage.
Refurbished, probably
I'm dead
cheaper than
serious.
buying.
You really can't touch me in bubble hockey. I'm not fucking with you.
As adamant as you were, I didn't think you were. I didn't think you were. The Eagles will beat the Cowboys. Do you agree or disagree, family? Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. A2D Radio is where you can find us. For everybody in the podcast world, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, iTunes, which means everywhere. To the poll, the Eagles will beat the Cowboys. Agree or disagree?
I said going in as soon as we got here today that this team is better than us. They're a better team than we are. They have way more talent, especially right now with our injuries. They have way more talent. We've never beat Ezekiel Elliott. We can't seem to beat the Cowboys. Everything points that we should lose today. It's a Christmas miracle. We're going to get it done. I don't know why I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Woke up all week. I was like, we're going to fucking lose. It's going to be awful. I woke up feeling good today. And I can't explain why. Everything points against us. Smoke and mirrors. I think we're going to run the ball a little bit. Miles Sanders is involved. And I think Carson's going to make plays. He's made plays the last 2 weeks. We're putting it on his back. I'm counting on the defense doing fucking something. Who knows what? Something. Just stop Amari Cooper. Make them have to beat us with Zeke.
Yeah.
Okay? Stop him. Don't let Amari Cooper go wild like he did last year. Okay? Stop the receivers. Make them have to beat us with Zeke. Maybe force a turnover.
Or two.
Or 3. And a Carson. It's a Carson day for me. It's on Carson's back. I think we're getting it done. You want to score?
Yeah,
Not yet.
I think you just, and I think I hear you.
Excited. Guy
doesn't
turned the
look
leaf.
good.
Turned the leaf real quick.
No, I mean it's not. It doesn't look good on paper. I mean they're talented, both sides of the ball, way better. I mean that's just the way it is. You know what I mean? Being banged up, but the fact that you're at home, I don't believe this is the biggest game of Carson's career. To some of the people that
Elliott
that
Snore
said that,
Parks.
to some people that have thrown that out there. He's first of all the dude. To me, he plays with pressure every game. He plays in the city of Philadelphia. That's a football town, all right, that won the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and he's chasing ghosts. He's every game he's chasing ghosts. All right, so I don't know. To me, it's another Sunday for him. Now, he needs to play. He needs to be big. He needs a huge game, and he needs to find a way to ride off in the sunset and get this done. You know what I mean? But today's not going to define him. I mean, obviously, unless he plays terrible, but he's got to take care of the football. Picks. It's not that he's a pick monster. He got to stop fumbling. Right? You got to take your sack, go down, and we know we want him to make plays and stuff, but the fumbles are
Yeah, and I just play devil's advocate.
I got to say, just by eyes, he's got to be right behind Danny Dimes, right? Is the
fumbles?
the legs worst?
Listen,
without no notes?
He might have the most fumbles.
I think it's Dimes.
You know what
sure,
I think
but
he
it might
needs
be.
to
You might have
take
went
from
past
Brady? From watching the New England game yesterday, Brady was under a lot of pressure, and New England's line is probably the worst it's ever been while he's there. Yeah. He does that fucking where if there's as soon as he's about to get hit, if there's anyone in around that's an eligible receiver, he'll just throw it at their feet, which I need Carson to do more of. He tries to extend too much and it turns into fumbles.
Yeah.
Well, it's trying to do too much.
Yeah,
almost.
I just play devil's advocate with that one. Like I have more when it comes to a guy like this who loves to extend, and then you get the Miles Sanders TD pass. That's an extended play on a rope, right?
Gotta get out
So that's
on the
why
edge.
I'm back and forth on the fumble game. I'm more concerned about interceptions when it comes to him because I expect some blindside hits. I expect some guys coming from behind you and stripping you. Do I need you to do a better job of taking care of the football? Yeah, I do. I'm not running from it that I need you to hold on to some more. But when you're a guy who loves to extend and you're always trying to make a play, the one thing that I'm learning and even more and more in sports after I saw what the Sixers trying to do with Joel Embiid is let guys be what made them get to this point and what makes them air quotes great, right? Let them guys be them guys. Like you talk about the Sixers real quick. Somebody from up top said, "Hey, easy on social." Hey, after the Karl Anthony Towns things, and easy with so much on the court, right? Well, doesn't look like the same player to me. So don't change.
He hasn't had fire in a month.
Don't change what a guy is. Now the Carson situation, you're talking about fumbling the football. Yeah, I need you to hold on to more of them. I can't have.
Well, I would never crucify a guy for getting a strip sack, or blindsided. It's just about the one that I think you can control. That's all.
Let's be honest, Tom. Every time he gets hit in the pocket, I'm worried about him fumbling right now because he fumbles.
No, he does cough it up.
He's been fumbling a ton.
To me, it depends where it is. Like if you're in your own zone, today's a day where you got to take care of the football. If you're in your own zone and it's third down, then you cannot try to extend
situational
that play.
football.
You can't try to extend that play. But if you're at midfield or something, third down, third and short, yeah, you try to break out of it. Of course we want
I'm not arguing
break
that.
out of a tackle.
Just make it clear, I'm not arguing that he doesn't fumble too much. Don't. I'm just making the other side of it like, well, this is he's a playmaker, but he still needs to hold on to the ball better, control the ball better.
There's a lot of playmakers in the NFL.
We're talking about securing the football. We're
talking
about
a lot of playmakers in the NFL. He has the most fumbles.
No, I know this. I'm not running from the fact that that's glaring and like that many. Can you make it 3/4 of that? 3/4 that's a lot better. Right? I think we can all live with, hey, he's going to put the ball on the turf sometimes because he's trying to make a play, but he's only lost 19 of them through this stretch. No, lost fumbles. He's fumbled a lot. It's like 40-something. But he's only lost, I believe, something like 17 to 19 of them, which is more the stat I'm looking at, too.
Yeah, well,
that
was last year.
Still a lot, though.
Last year he had 10 fumbles, only lost one, right? This year we've lost a lot.
He lost a lot, yep. But I don't disagree. And we're going to read off everybody's questions, comments on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. We'll read off everything today. Get you involved with his family. Sweeps to the poll. The Eagles will beat the Cowboys. Agree or disagree?
I look at it. I'm going to, like I said, all roads are pointing. It's not good, all right? But you're at home. I'm gonna go Birds somehow, and I'm gonna put it in that category. Both teams, obviously, we know this is the division is disgusting, right? Both teams have underachieved, right? At least for the Eagles, they've been banged up, right? And I know that was the theory in 2017, so I'm not giving them a fucking pass, all right? If that was your mantra in 2017, then it can't go nowhere. Everybody is next man up, all right? So there's no fucking excuses there. But they've been way more banged up than the Cowboys, right? And that team is loaded from top to bottom, all right? So what I look at it like, hey, you got going on your side as an Eagle fan, you got the fact that it's Jerry Jones, Kellen Moore, and Jason Garrett. Right, the fact that they're in their camp, that's for me. That's advantage Eagles, right? Because that's a fucking clusterfuck. It started at the top. As long as he's there, I feel like they're gonna continue to fucking be the Cowboys. You know what I mean? And,
this is the big dog game,
and you just hope Kellen continues to fucking be a zombie and says, "Hey, let me throw Dak 40 times when I got this fucking horse behind me, you know what I mean? So
when I know what the recipe
just hoping
is.
for, you know what I mean? Because they've both been inconsistent, but at least the Eagles have some reasons for being their inconsistency, right? The Cowboys just couldn't beat a good team until last week, right? And who says the Rams are any good? They just happen to have a winning record, you know what I mean? And they were playing better when they got their ass kicked last week. So I thought, low scoring game. Somehow the Eagles find a way. Place is going to be rocking. Maybe a late turnover somehow. Find a way.
Find a way.
That's it.
Yeah,
find a way.
You talk about to the poll, the Eagles will beat the Cowboys. Like I said earlier in the week, I wasn't feeling great about it as the week went on, and nothing to do with Dak's situation. As the week went on, I felt better about this football game. I felt better, from our standpoint. I was still concerned defensively. Michael DeAndrea chiming in with a good number about the Eagles' defense at home. If I can find it, fact of the day, under Schwartz, the Eagles are averaging 17 points a game allowed at home this season. and 15.4 allowed since he was hired. Top 3 in the NFL. Good. Great. That needs to come to fruition today, right? I mean, that's all great. They're great numbers. It's telling. That's not like that's a trend, obviously. Yeah. Okay, they're way better at home defensively, but that same team that's way better at home.
You can win. You can win a 2017 game.
Yep, that's been better. That's better at home defensively. Has got scorched at home when you talk about playing the Dallas Cowboys. So all that being said, it all goes out the window today. Okay, you got a lot of money on the defensive side of the football. And I'm so sick and tired of hearing people talk about double teams, quadruple teams, or triple teams. There's a ton of money on your front four between Brandon Graham and Fletcher Cox. Brandon Graham's had a good year. Fletcher, this is the worst year of his career. I don't care that he's been doubled. I don't care about all the rest, okay? The great players, the great linemen in this league dominate, no matter how it's done. You used to talk about Aaron Donald, Fletcher Cox. I could probably give you 5D tackles right now. It looks like he hasn't even been on the field. He's been on the field, but it looks like he hasn't. Okay? That's a lot of money not to achieve this year outside of about 2 games.
Stinks.
Okay? So this defense, to me, is what's going to have to win this football game for this team today. When you talk about the Eagles, they have to come to play today. They have to create turnovers. And from early on in this football game, you have to hit Dak early and often when he drops back. Okay? And you have to stuff Ezekiel Elliott early in this football game. And you cannot allow them to get a lead early on you.
That's a big
These are keys. You have to put the pressure on them. You have to switch the pressure. Jason Garrett knows his job's on the line. If he goes down 10-0 in this game, things start to shrivel up real quick in Dallas. For the first time this year, I need an aggressive first quarter where we're all sitting there going, we're going to win this game. We're going to win this game. You can just tell by the way we're playing. We're going to win this game. This is what I need against a team that is superior to you. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys are superior in talent right now because of all the injuries. They're superior.
Maybe Sean Lee turns an ankle because he looked great last week.
Yeah.
Listen, let's just be honest. The defense has to come to play because if you're looking at this realistically, with their defense and our offense the way it is right now, I mean, can we score 20 points today? I don't know.
I don't like this comment right now.
I mean, I'm being honest with you.
No, not you.
No Lane Johnson. I mean, it looks like
we could be in trouble. I'm thinking like 17. So to me, the defense has to really come to play. We need a turnover where we're in their zone, start a short field, and I want Carson to be on the move today. Carson throws great on the move. We got to do some rollouts. Get him moving. Moving.
Let me read this real quick.
Vitai's got to be one of the keys.
No, absolutely.
Vitai's got to play well.
Matt Splits, and I don't like this comment because now, to me, this isn't really making a play. He said Nigel just scored the dagger TD last week. He's not the guy who stripped the ball. Once the ball's on the ground, the dagger was already
First
there.
Off, the game
There's 5 seconds left.
He could have fallen.
We're crowning that now?
Could have fallen
I
over.
love you, Matt.
He got a backdoor cover for us, but he could have fallen over. The game was already fucking over. So
Reggie Gatson says, well, a cornerback win a 50-50 ball. We better hope, brother.
Probably not.
We better hope. Go ahead. You want to give your prediction, you got to go around on the headset. You got to go around. You got to swing around.
Oh, you built the place. You know how to get in?
He's going down there. Look at this. Way too many cords over there.
Yep, here goes the internet. Here goes the internet.
Wilson's all over this. I can't believe this. I can't believe this is live. This is like watching.
Is this happening?
This is like watching National Geographic.
Be careful.
Oh yeah, that cheat is definitely going to eat that.
As the old grizzly enters, enters to the stream.
He says you built the place.
Wherever you like, pal.
Wherever you want.
Sit down.
I'm not allergic to you. Ain't easy with this paint, though. I mean, holy shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, we want all the paint on this.
You get it on the wall.
We're going to fix a chair if you get up. New chairs.
Welcome.
You got to put the piece up to your mouth.
Big T.
Help him out, Greg, one time. You know what I mean?
This is the guy doing all the work right here for the fans at home right here.
Yeah.
Big T.
Yeah. So 34-28 Eagles.
Holy shit. Do explain.
34-28. You got a high score into that?
Do elaborate.
Yeah, because everybody's going to be desperate when they start falling behind, and they're going to start throwing the ball. Turnovers. That's where it's going to happen because they're both desperate to make the playoffs. As soon as they fall behind, they're all going to start throwing.
Air it out. You're looking for an air raid
34-28.
Yep. Turnovers.
So Carson has a good game tonight?
Yes, Carson's going to throw for 350.
Woo!
Jesus Lord.
You booking your reputation on all this?
Yes,
Who's he throwing to?
Are you suiting up?
to the Dallas.
Greg? Greg Ward.
G. Ward.
He's going to have 3 touchdown passes. 3
All right.
TDs.
From
3
your,
TDs.
from your mouth to God's ears. Let's go.
Yeah.
I
with
hope
you.
you're. I hope you're right on that.
Hey, the Eagles haven't beat them in how many times?
It's been a while. 4?
At least 4, right? At least 4.
4 times in a row. You think it comes to an end today?
Sure, it does.
You got to bring this up to. You got to bring this up higher.
You got to stop and think. Dallas beat the Rams last week. Look what San Francisco did to them.
Like they stole their lunch money.
Yeah, it's all mirage that game last week. They gave up a lot of points too.
Yeah, they got to an early lead, and then they got to a big time early lead.
Yeah,
But
the Rams are not that good. Look what San Francisco did to them.
They almost lost at home to him. Yeah, look at that.
That's right. But they gave up 30.
I mean, come on. Yeah, but Dallas didn't know how to give up anything to him. So
San Francisco's not that good. You're going to see it today.
I think San
Eagles are gonna-
Francisco's very good.
Yeah, well, look at their defense. So
Okay.
they gave up 30 points, right? 31.
In one game, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Listen. Listen, I know Wilson. I know you're a negative person. But
I'm not a negative person. I just don't see how the fuck we're going. I hope you're right. I just don't. How are we going to
you
score?
picked us to win, and now
I know,
you're
but
like
30
now you're
34
now you're critiquing his
34
score.
points, though. 34 points.
That's right.
He said turnovers.
I hope
It's
so.
going to be turnovers. It's going to be a mess.
Let's go.
You put pressure on Prescott, he's like Eli Manning
Without the Super Bowls.
without the Super Bowl.
All right.
That's it.
I like it. I like
You
it.
know? Then don't be surprised the Eagles win this week. They might shoot an egg next week with the Giants.
I said that earlier already, too.
You know?
They might shit in their socks. You're right.
That's how this season's going.
Yeah. You know? So, it is what it is.
Daniel Jones throws for 480 against us.
I just want a big win this week just to have a good Christmas.
Great
Yeah,
hype
you
video.
are gonna
I mean,
have-
anything with Utley is
You're going to
fantastic.
see my name on your stocking
Okay.
for the great prediction.
34-28.
Ready for 28?
You heard it here first.
Put his
Boom.
reputation on it.
Yeah, I will have my reputation. I know Wilson doesn't agree to it.
I hope you're right.
I know the producer, Greg, Mr. Negative with Philadelphia fans, the other night watching the Sixers, he's watching 20-year-old.
Dancing with the Stars, probably.
Dancing with the Stars.
He's got
Yeah.
10 TVs.
Yeah,
He's got 10
wrestling.
TVs on.
Yeah.
He's watching
He's a strange
wrestling.
cat.
That's why-
He's a
Downtown
strange
Abbey.
cat.
Yeah, he's a strange guy.
Yeah, most people don't know that, but we just exposed him. So.
Wrestling's like
He's a
Dancing
strange
with
cat.
the Stars, too. You know? So, but that's it.
He's an issue over there. we
The other night, Buffalo was getting killed by the Flyers. As soon as the Flyers gave up a goal, he said, trade him.
I don't think Greg knows hockey, so we're fine there.
doesn't know much.
Guy just got, you got crushed a little bit. Sorry.
This is a nice place.
He did a good job.
Well done.
Yeah, this is pretty awesome.
Now we're gonna have to hear about how great of a job he did in here. This is what this is gonna shift to.
All right, I got to go to
All right, you're out.
a cemetery.
For what?
With Mom.
What cemetery?
What's happened here?
Yeah, what
Yeah, what
happened?
happened?
It's got really dark.
It was
Yeah,
all-
come on,
was
dude. It's
everything
Eagles
was great.
Cowboys, and you're
You
and you're
forgot
talking
you
about-
had the headset
You
on.
going
What
covered in
happened?
paint?
Yeah, where are you going?
We're not at a bar here.
Who you gonna
You're on
visit?
air, pal.
Grammy.
Okay. Well, tell her we need an Eagles win today.
Yeah.
When you're over there.
Yep.
All right.
Father Carmine.
Yeah, fire Carmine.
All right.
So when the game's over, you're going to thank me.
All right. We're here. We're not going anywhere.
Hey, pal. Good work.
Grasshoppers
Great work out of you.
right around them. 31-17 Eagles. Stacks throws 2 picks. One a pick 6.
When's the last time we had a pick 6, huh?
Woo.
Let's get it going.
Matt Splits. Maybe Greg Ward throws a TD to Miles Sanders today.
He could.
He can sling it.
A little wrinkle dinkle. I like it.
Greg can sling it.
Hey, might need a trick play. You might need something. Something.
No, I agree.
See how it's going. Yeah, absolutely.
Spidey likes Big T's prediction.
Spidey.
Jeff Lohmeyer, 28-21 Eagles. Carson throws for over 300, 4 TDs, 2 to Ertz, 1 to Perkins, and 1 to Sanders. Wow.
This guy's with you. You
Yep.
sold him. You
He's
sold
right
him.
around there.
This guy wasn't sure. You sold him.
Ryan
Sold
Knoll.
him.
Let's go.
Nolly.
Eagles 20-17.
All you want is an opportunity, Nolan. You
What's
got
up,
one.
Noel? Merry Christmas, buddy.
Yes, sir. Merry Christmas.
Matt Swift says, I feel like we are the only team not using a trick play with a position player throwing deep, and we actually have one that's a legit QB. Wow, Sticks coming in. Not good. Not good.
Well, you know he's got talent. he's probably wearing a star today.
Yep, he's wearing his old Cowboys shirt
Sticks.
that he used to have growing up.
I get him in the DraftKings thing yesterday, and he wins it. This is my luck.
Broke back.
34.
Boots on. Get broke back. He's got boots on.
34 to 3. Dallas.
Jesus Lord.
Wow.
Unreal.
The betrayal.
Wow.
Unreal.
The betrayal.
Wow,
out of
keep the
Sticks.
TV off. Keep the TV off. You know what I mean? Don't even turn it on.
Sticks, man.
That's unreal. 34-3, Jay. If that happens, we're going to be in bad mood.
No, Merry Christmas. What's Merry Christmas, Rye?
It won't be a Merry Christmas if that happens.
Wow, dude, you're really going here? He's saying Carson doesn't finish the game. What a crumb. What a crumb. You are a
You know
scumbag.
that he's on the he rides on the
horn?
Carson hate wagon.
Yep,
for
you
sure.
are the leader of the hate wagon.
He might be driving it. Could be driving it.
Does he hear the horn, or is he going to get hurt? What is it? What is
Yeah,
what
what
do
is
you got?
it? Is
Does
he
hear
getting
the horn?
pulled, Jay?
Does he hear
Is that what's happening? He's getting pulled, or
sub?
or is he getting banged up? Because if he's getting banged up, I really despise where your head's at. Even more than I already do. You know what I mean? I already despise where it's at.
34 to 3.
You think you know a guy?
Yeah.
think you know a best man?
Like, bro, you come in and give a loss. You know what I mean? I don't know what's worse. Him talking about going to the cemetery or 34 to 3.
Yeah, where'd that come from?
You know what I
Out
mean?
of nowhere.
These
got
are the-
really morbid in here. I was like, wow, the Eagles dying? What's going on?
Yeah, dump out, Greg. Dump out. Dump out.
These are the, you know,
Take
these
the
are
mic,
things that are going on.
Greg. That's what Greg's got to be on top of that.
Kill his mic.
Six says he calls it out. See it. Todd Womack in the house. What's up, Todd?
What's up, Todd?
What up, Todd?
Said 31-24 Eagles player of the game already. No Wentz, but I see Cox today. Defense has to step up. Absolutely, they do. So there's some score predictions. Offensive, defensive player of the game. Let's give out ours. Wills, go ahead, brother. And start with your offense, and then we'll go around, and then we'll go over defense second after you give your score.
Okay, score 21-20 Eagles. Let's go. It's going to be tight. I think the defense I think we're going to get it done. I like that stat.
21-20.
I like that stat earlier.
All right, I like that.
21-20.
I like 21-20.
And offensive player of the game, it's Wentz to me. It's on Carson today. We've been on his back for 2 weeks now, basically.
I've been on more than his back, but yep.
Okay.
Well, I'm just telling you where I've been.
We know where you've
I'm
been.
just letting you know where I'm
We know
located.
where you've been.
I'm just letting you know where I'm located.
You're skiing over there. We know.
I see it.
But you guys know where I'm at.
Yeah. You got a little mayo.
Let me
on
get
you.
this off.
Got a little
Jesus
mayo on your
Lord.
lips.
Still got a little bit stuck in here. Shower didn't work, huh?
It's been a while since he sucked a dick on air.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome
Tom.
back.
Welcome
Welcome
back.
back.
Welcome back.
Got to christen in the new studio somehow.
That's it.
It's like when you break the champagne. We just popped it. There it is. Tom sucked a dick in here. We're broken. A dick on air.
He's in the corner.
Sure, Lennon's fond of this.
Yep.
Jameis played well yesterday.
Yeah. Stud. Pimp. All right, what do you got, Wills? What'd you say?
21-20.
Offense.
Carson, player of the game.
Carson, player of the game. Sweep.
23-17 Birds. Sanders is an absolute little animal somehow. He just finds
bad.
it. Yeah, I know he is. So he's going to have to continue. 2 touchdowns. 1 by air, 1 by land.
Little FedEx ground and air.
The holiday season.
Just need 1 by C, and he's covering everything.
Just remember, fam, if you're just joining in, you can win some money. $50. You know the score. Offense and defensive player of the game is the tiebreaker. I'm sticking to where I was with it. I was 28-24. Because if Eagles, and to win this game, the only way you can win it is creating a turnover or 2 in good field position. That's why I have the 28 points, because that's the only way I'm winning this game to me. I don't think we're winning a low-scoring game against them. I don't think we can. You know what I mean? I'm going to trust my defense not to give up more than 24. You know what I mean? That's hard for me to do with a defense that has been giving that up against teams that are terrible. And now I expect them against a good offensive football team to come shut down.
I mean, inconsistent. Good offensive football team. You know.
Yeah, but better than the last
I
3
understand,
weeks.
I understand.
is
They've been
more-
shitting on them.
But, I mean-
They've been shitting their pants a lot, the Cowboys, and we're hoping that continues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think it's going to be tough. It's going to be a hard-fought game. It's what we expect to go into the year. We said, hey, this game could be for the division, and it looks like it is. You know, so
It's everything we wanted.
Granted, we still have to win next week if we win, but this game is basically for the division. You gotta get it done. You're at home. You gotta get it done. It's a big game for Doug. Okay, you go out coach them. Like you said, you think that having Garrett and having Jerry over there and Kellen is a win for us. Well, Doug's got to go show that today.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Got to go get it done. And you need to
And you win this one, dude.
Miles Sanders.
It's doors next week.
Oh,
It's
you would
doors-
hope
It's
so.
doors next week.
You would hope so.
I know it's the NFL and it's a division game. I get all that. Yada yada yada. Yeah. This is a monster. All right, you get past this hurdle and you can see the finish line, and all you want is to see it to fucking dance. It's blowout soup next week. All right, so.
I don't think in New York is ever blowout soup, but I'll follow you. I'll take a bowl. Blowout soup. I'll take a bowl. Cup or bowl. Kill go for a bowl.
My offensive player of the game was going to be Miles, so I'm going to – no Jordan Howard today?
Probably not.
Any confirmation on that? Because I'm curious if he's playing or not, because I actually like the little tandem we've had.
Boston hits the hole.
You know what I mean? Just speed wise, I think we're gonna run the ball well again today. That's a big part of my key.
Questionable, it says so far.
Questionable. So
Question: Avonte Maddox, is he going to play? I feel like Avonte's
Questionable.
actually looked pretty good.
he's questionable as well. So both questionable. Okay. So to me, I'm gonna go. It's tough because I'm gonna go Zach Ertz. Ertz has a big game.
He's going to get the ball. You know that.
Yeah, well, he is going to get the ball, but he's
Last
got
3 weeks he's been wide open.
wide open. Nobody's covering him. So hopefully we can get a little wide open again this week, even though this Cowboys linebacking core is damn good. But that's why he's the key to the game, because you're damn good. So I need you to beat some of these coverages, beat some of these zones, and be the player that you are. You're our star offensive player, essentially, at the skill position.
Maybe
I was
Dallas
just
with
gonna
a big
say,
play against
I was
Dallas.
just going to say, if not Ertz, if they find a way to take him out of the game a little bit, I mean, Dallas, you see what you got, man. Let's go.
What do you think?
I mean, everybody thought we thought you were going to take the next step this year, and I don't know if it obviously hasn't been there, per se. So nothing like today to fucking step up and when you're weaponless, all right? Hey, I'm here too. All right, find me a way.
Would you start Dallas Goddard in fantasy today?
I would not.
Goddard or Fant? Yeah, it's slim pickings over here.
Yeah.
I'm in a chip though.
Yeah.
It's my weakest
I mean, if
position.
Fant wasn't banged up, he's been good the last couple weeks.
Yeah, it's a problem. I don't know if he's going to play. I think I'm going to go Dallas. Let's go. We need a Goddard to have a big play.
I'll go with Goddard.
Or two. Yeah.
But then you're going to jinx it, and then you won't make a play. So you're better off leaving him on the pine.
Oh, thanks.
It's bigger than –
So now I'm a jinx.
No, it's just the way it works in fantasy. It's the way it works sometimes, especially for you.
Just to switch gears from the Eagles.
Only in
Wow,
JFL.
so we got called. Susan Quitter says Homer picks. They're going to lose. I know it. All right. I mean, they might.
That's fine.
It's a great thing about sports.
You can be a hater pick then too. That's fine.
You can also flip a coin.
So
Yeah.
speaking of not
And
having
you can suck a dick too.
speaking of not having a Homer pick, Greg, score prediction, offensive player of the game.
Yeah, I don't.
He's got us losing.
Oh no, I do. But even if I want to say, we can, or trying to find ways that we can win, I keep going back to the fact that we're just not the same team with Lane Johnson not in the lineup, and it's glaring. 2016 Carson's rookie year, everything started well, and then Lane gets popped, and then everything looked like a disaster the rest of that year. You know what I mean? He's just that integral to this offensive line, to this offense in general, that that's so glaring in my mind every time that I try and find ways that we can win.
Carson was a rookie then.
Agreed. But it's gone on for the rest of his career too. Every time he misses a game, we struggle very bad, and I think we're 4-19 in games that Lane's missed.
Get to you in a second, sir. Let him finish.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I just have a devil's advocate to it.
Continue. Don't let him go yet. Finish.
No, because I have a point to his Lane Johnson comment. So I'm not allowed that in?
Well, go ahead. Why are you raising your hand? We're not in school.
Well, I'm letting him finish, letting him know I'm here before we continue to go on in a different direction.
He knows you're here.
Continue. Your Lane Johnson.
Well, how many times have you had a guy, who started, left tackle in a Super Bowl game, replacing that guy and filling in for him when he's injured? So you got to factor the 419.
You say all the time that you can't take a left tackle and move him to a right tackle because
It's
of the
different if
footwork.
the guy works.
Yeah,
at right
Vitai's
tackle.
okay with it.
Yeah,
It's
but
different-
I'm
it's different
saying Vitai's a
for
turnstile.
Dillon.
He hasn't worked left tackle this year though, Greg.
I completely get.
He's always worked right tackle.
I get that
Because
But
Dillard's behind
you're
Peters.
You're banking on Vitai.
I'm not banking on anything.
I can't do that.
Okay, I'm just saying.
know what I mean?
It's a guy who's played in big
Yeah.
games before. The
Fair
stage,
enough.
He won in the Super Bowl.
the stage isn't going to be
At
too
the left
bright for
tackle.
him. I'm just saying the stage
Okay,
isn't going to be too
still
bright.
played.
Okay.
The
If
stage-
you would have banked on Vitai, fine. Go
I'm not-
bank
I'm
on
not
Vitai.
comparing
How are
Fair
we
enough.
banking? We're just saying that the guy's played before. It's not like we have a fucking new guy out there
I
Yeah.
who's
completely
never played
understand.
in a
That's
big
all-
game.
that's all.
But he's not Lane Johnson.
No, he's not.
No shit. There's no other right tackle in the league that's Lane Johnson.
Yeah.
Okay, we still won the last 2 games.
Against the Giants and the Redskins.
Doesn't matter who we're playing. They're division games, Greg. You should know this better than anything.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
I'm not crowning those victories. Yeah, we won.
I'm just
but
saying,
not
but we
crowning
won.
them. Okay. Yeah, we did win. We also lost to the Dolphins.
Hey! Well, where?
I'm going 20,
Fitzmagic.
28-17 Cowboys. Offensive player of the game, Zeke.
Send him to his room.
Put him in the bathroom.
Solo Mitchell says 24-23 Eagles. Player of the game, Boston Scott. David Johnson, 31.
P.S. Boston Scott. I love it.
David Johnson, 31-27 Eagles. Wentz, player of the game. I'm going. We'll go defense player of the game in 1 second. Bill Middlebrook, you guys are the best. Studio looks great, and hopefully our birds get it done today.
Billy.
Gotta go, family. Merry Christmas to all. Merry Christmas,
Merry
brother.
Christmas,
Christmas,
Bill.
bro.
Thanks, Bill. Matt Spill says, mark my words, we will have, I guess he's saying a miscellaneous CD, miscellaneous CD,
okay.
either on defense or special
Special teams, defense, all right. Hey, we could use one. I couldn't tell you the last time we had a pick six. I don't know when it was.
Billy Gore to the
Do we have a pick six this year? I don't think so. I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. But
Billy Boy.
I was talking with other people yesterday, like special teams. We could use something on the special teams. Not necessarily
Well,
a touchdown.
Remember
but
how good
a big return.
Like 4 years ago, our special teams were awesome. They're not awesome anymore.
Maybe a fumble to kick off the game against the Cowboys.
Would
You
be
know what I
great.
mean? Like,
Would be great.
Don't start, Greg.
last year.
Don't start. Don't start. We would have won it. Michael DeAndre, Ertz and Goddard all day in the middle. Billy Gore, crumbs coming out all over the place. Wrong show to be haters. Let's go, birds.
Home Billy.
Love that, Billy. Wrong show for that. Wrong one. Trying to be positive here. Defensive player of the game. Well, did you give it? Go ahead.
My defensive player of the game will be Jalen Mills. Gets a pick.
Wow.
Jalen.
Well, give him a reason to wag it.
For me, it's gonna have to be a collective effort. You know what I mean? See if you can get 3 to 4 sacks. A couple. Let's see, 2 turnovers, and I'm not even going to ask you for a score. I'm just going to say this, and that's the kind of effort you need in the 17 or less. You hold them to 17 or less. 3 to 4 sacks, 2 turnovers. And you get it. Everybody gets a game ball.
Agreed. I'm going to go. It's one person. It's 91.
Big Fletch.
He's got to be the guy we talk about after this game, having a monster game, because usually that comes with us winning. Big games, him having big ones. So I need Fletcher and Brandon, my vets up front, come out big ones today. Get after it, disrupt stuff, make things easy on the linebackers, right? All the good stuff you need out of D lineman. I need to see all that today, and maybe Fletcher a little strip sack, Brandon a little strip sack, something like that. Create a turnover down in their end. I think that's the most important thing to this game. And I know you say 17 or under. I'll go 20 on under and feel like we should still win it. So I'm right around you. 20 or under, and we should be walking out of Lincoln Financial with a W, with 20 or under, and 17 under is even better. 17 under. I just feel like, I don't know how, but we're going to score over 20 plus. So, and it might even be Wilson's score.
21-20.
21-20.
Let's go.
Might be like 21-20, but that's what they got to do defensively, though. They got to get off the field, too, like we always talk about. Got to get off the field on third downs. Got to make them essentially one-dimensional. You stuff Zeke early.
I'd love it to be
and
22-12.
and almost make them throw the ball, especially if
Yeah, you
there's a
gotta
little
keep
bit
Cooper,
of a.
keep Cooper in front of you. I mean, we know what he's done.
Especially if there's a little shoulder. You know what I mean? If there's really a little shoulder at all issue, then if I can stuff the run, I should feel like I'm in a good position. I should feel like it.
I think they just switched it.
One hurdle.
I think they switched it from the finger gate. You know what I mean? Because the whole Troy took a lot of heat for talking about that. Like they didn't want him to talk about it. I think it was the index finger, and then maybe they just shifted to the shoulder. I don't know. I didn't see him get banged up with that. You know what I mean?
They showed a video.
No,
of it,
he did land on his
I got
shoulder.
you.
Yeah.
which it was like almost like the
Little
Anthony-
AC.
It was
Little
almost
AC
like the
action.
It was almost like the Anthony Barr Rodgers one, except he was running. You know what I mean? But it was the way he landed too. But who knows? I mean, you don't know. But my point is, if I see Ezekiel Elliott hurdle anything during this game, we're losing. You know what I mean? Like I can't be having him hurdle guys again and doing these kind of things. If he hurdles the white line,
it's like you
on.
said. It's like you
There
said,
he is.
dude. We're 0-5 against the dude.
On cue.
We've never beaten him when he's on the field. It's got to change today. It has to. It just absolutely has to.
Yeah, Malcolm, you can't get run over by him, bro. I mean, I know we know he's a beast, but
Spidey goes,
find a way
was
to
it-
get him on the floor. Find a way to get him on the turf.
Spidey goes, was it Lito or Sheldon who lit up Reggie Bush? It was Sheldon. He says,
Sheldon.
But I said, he goes, I want to make a remake of that hit on Zeke today. We'll love it. Different outcome.
That'd be great. I don't think we don't have a corner that can lay that hit today, but we might have to be Malcolm or something.
Drexel Davis, a big special teams play would come in handy. Absolutely.
Yeah, would be huge.
Special
Well, listen,
teams,
any
defensive play.
like we said, any play, any way we could get like a score or a great field position out of our defense, out of our special teams, would be huge today. We're looking at all facets today, all facets. Like we said, this Dallas team finds a way to underachieve. They find a way to lose games. Let's let them do that again today. You know,
The last 20-plus years, it's who the Dallas Cowboys have been. In big games, in big spots, when the national media is literally slobbering on them,
Yep.
they come up small. When us, over the last 2-plus years, when people think that we ain't going to win and people think that we're not good enough, we usually go the opposite way, right?
we usually come up big. Yeah.
So it's been the opposite. It's been, the opposite sides of the spectrum for both teams, and especially over the last couple of years. I mean, great. Dallas there was the play right there, actually. They just showed it.
Yeah, I got you.
Of course, because we weren't looking for once. Renee Bauer says, we dominate the run game. G. Ward goes off on a play action, and Jernigan eats. Red zone defense shines and keeps Dak to 1 TD. The rest field goal. Special team gives us great field position all game. Love it. The gambling hippie. 28-23 Eagles was Wentz player of the game. Jenkins with a strip sack. Love that. Renee Bauer wants to know if Barnett is playing. I don't think so. I don't think there's any Derek Barnett today playing. I don't believe. Greg, you want to confirm that bad boy. But I don't think he's playing. I thought he was. I'm pretty sure he was guy list essentially out on this one. Where are we at?
Like I said,
We
you're
also
just trying to
met
turn.
Tubers.
You're trying to turn the tables on them. I mean, you remember, obviously, from early in the season in Dallas, it got ugly. The ending got, the whole thing was ugly, right? But remember how the game started? 2 turnovers, 14-0 before you can even sneeze.
Yeah, you
Before
can't
can
have
even
that
blink,
happen.
You know what I mean? Before you can blink, right? So you got to take care of the football, and then maybe you can reverse. Maybe you can impose your will on them, and somehow maybe not, get 2 turnovers that quickly. You know what I mean? You'd love a 14-0 lead, but maybe a 1.
Oh my God. Just
Jalen Williams.
give me a lead.
Morning, fellas. Morning, Jalen.
What's up, Jalen?
Renee Bauer wants to know, is Timmy playing? I thought Timmy is playing, right?
Yeah, I believe he is.
I thought Timmy's good
I
to
think
go.
Jernigan's good to go. Yeah.
Todd Womack, speaking of Ertz, you see the yak? He couldn't. I couldn't believe it. Yeah,
little yak
He
for
actually
Zach.
has been yakking a little bit, Mr. Ertz. Roska letting us know his Rams lost.
What up, David?
That ends it for him, David.
Yeah, they're done.
Well, and
Stick a fork in them, Dave.
speaking of them and unrelated Eagles news, I mean, did you see the effort of your boy last night? I mean, with the game on the line, disgusting. Don't tell me you think I don't give a shit if he thought he had help and the dude's supposed to be over the top. What a disgusting effort by
J-Ram?
Jalen Ramsey.
That's it.
Oh, play the video, bro. He stops running.
John Brown. John Brown beats him.
No,
It wasn't-
Sanders.
Oh, okay. Oh, the Emmanuel one.
just-
Okay,
I
yeah.
mean, it was
Well,
just
John
a
Brown beat him
scrub.
on that one too, which I think he let him go to the safety, but then he sprinted after that, but he was destroyed on that one.
Poe
Get a pick.
says,
He's a
Third
shit
and 16.
talker. I would have never given 2 firsts for him.
Poe says, game day, this is huge. May the best team win. The gambling hippie. So what are your thoughts on Dak no longer being on the injury report? My thoughts, somewhat hurt, but they want the Eagles to think he's fully healthy now.
Yeah, he's fine.
And Michael Kerr.
At this point in the season, everyone's banged up.
Yeah.
You just got to go play.
Hey, for funsies, you drive him into the turf legally.
Yeah,
You know what I
fucking
mean?
A. Or illegally. Either one.
Yeah, that's true. It's
Not
only
many-
15.
Not many updates on the injury front just because they're the 4 o'clock game. So their official inactives don't have to be in until later. But, yeah, I don't think Barnett's playing.
What about Nelly's probably not going to play, right?
Nelly's out.
Yep.
So the only ones we're just unsure of like Jordan Howard type. I think he's out, but I also heard there was rumors he could play. So, but nothing updated as of now just because of the late game.
Because of the late one. Yep. Thanks, brother. Arden Banks, 24-21 Eagles. Greg Ward, player of the game. Brian Daly, 24-21 Eagles.
B. Dales.
Sanders,
What up,
offensive
Dales?
player of the game. McLeod, defensive player of the game. James Wilder, I'm awake. I made it.
What
Fuck
up, Mos?
Dallas. And hashtag new studio talk. And
What up, Wilder?
Most.
that's it for the comments for a minute. Mark Beckman says, is Howard going to play? What is it, a stinger? No, it ain't a stinger anymore, brother. It would have been a stinger after 1 week. Talking about 4 weeks.
It's just like what the doc
4
told us
plus.
last time we talked to him. It's nerve. The Stingers deals with nerves. He obviously has some nerve issues.
Yeah. And we'll have the doc on around 12 o'clock today, too. Just some injury, injury questions for him fantasy-wise. If you guys got any guys, you want to know if that injury is something you stay away from today. We'll have the doc on talking about that. We'll talk to him about, how Carson Wentz has looked over the last 2 weeks as well. You know what I mean? Really, finally, that full bill of health. You know it now, right? Starting to come to fruition, right? Now you see a guy. Last year, a lot of thinking when you come off an injury like that, right? We all know it. We loved having him back. We were excited to get him back. But anybody that thought that you'd be the same guy in 2017 coming off the injury, it's not how it works. So, this year you're starting to see it where the training wheels are off now in the playbook, other things like that, where the extending of the plays and the moving around. He looks more fluid when he's running. Last year he looked a little heavy, right? I think that's a proper word for it. He looked heavy last year when he was running. Not weight-wise, just heavy on it. Because it's his way. You're going to, it's the way it's going to work with you. You got a 400-pound knee brace on, you know what I mean? Now, you can tell by the way he's moving around in the pocket, his elusiveness inside the pocket. You're starting to see where, today's the day where I need him to run 2 or 3 big rushes today. 2 or 3 big rushes. Them third down rushes. There's backbreakers, a 3rd and 7s where you think you got them, and then boom, you pick up a first down on it. They're the backbreakers for defenses around the National Football League. You know what I
like I
mean?
said, it goes-
Dak broke our back on it numerous
absolutely.
times.
And it goes back to Doug, like Willie was talking about earlier. I mean, this is your time to shine. You know what I mean? Like, half the fan base has been done with you, since the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? They want to. They're going to give it to They're going to give it to Frank and Flip. You know what I mean? And they're just they've had enough of you. For so to speak. All right, so now it's time to shove it up people's asses. You know what I mean? I thought the play calling was better last week, at least the last
2 weeks.
a little bit.
Well,
I guess
third quarter
after
on,
after halftime, I guess for the Giants and last week especially. So. You
Had
take
Carson on the
that into
move
that,
more,
take that into
which
that. We've
I
been
mean, I
asking
think
for forever.
I was going to say anyone that watches the game can tell you that when Carson's on the move, he throws the ball great.
Yeah, can we get on
throws
the edge?
better than when he's
Can we
on
get
the
on the
pocket.
edge?
A lot
Yeah.
more screen passes, a lot more.
Well,
a
it's
lot
what
more
we have
check
to. It's
downs.
what we have to do
Right, a
because
lot
we
more
don't have
check
to.
downs.
Yeah,
And I think getting Boston Scott in,
get involved.
allowed Doug's play calling to sort of be a little bit more West Coast. You know what I mean? Because, no offense to Jordan, I love Jordan. I love Jordan how running the football. But out of the backfield, there's none of that elusiveness in the open field. So you're really, now when you have Miles and Scott on the field, you know what I'm saying? You got more speed on the football field. and more guys who can make guys miss. So you sort of open things up, unlike when you have Jordan and Sanders on the field, and you're going to split Miles. You know what I'm saying? It just changed things up for linebacker-wise. Linebacker-wise, it just switches it all up and says,
it makes us better.
Now I got to cover both of these guys.
Better on the edges.
Jordan's just a guy that's going to pound it.
Yeah, we're not bulldozing you anymore like we did when we got Howard in, but we're more dangerous on the edge.
Yeah.
And Miles, to his credit, from week 1 through 4 to now, you want to talk about putting your foot in the ground, getting upfield and lowering shoulders. I've seen a lot more of that over the last couple weeks of a guy who's running to finish, right? And I love that because you're elusive. You can make plays. You got home run speed. But now, from watching Jordan Howard, listening to Deuce, you can see it. Foot in the ground, get upfield. If you want to come on. I'm going to come on you one-on-one.
Too much on occasion, but he's looking really good.
But them kind of guys are going to dance a little bit times.
Yeah, you got to deal with it.
You're going to deal with the good with the bad. Todd Womack.
And that's what will make him great. You know what I mean? We just want him to hit the hole a little better. Early on we thought he was playing patty cake a little bit. Hey, it's okay, big fella. We got this. He was playing patty cake a little bit early in the season. We just want him to hit the hole and stuff, right? But those guys that are elusive, I mean, that's what makes them great. You know what I mean? Like patience. You go back to the whole Le'Veon Bell, the inventor of patience.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be like that extreme, right? But
copyright.
Yeah.
The GOAT Chris Mortensen has deemed Jordan Howard out.
Okay, I almost think that's a beneficial thought to what we've been doing offensively.
You're giving Mort the GOAT, huh?
He's been around.
I'm not sure he's the GOAT.
He's really not, but I just decided to add it in there.
Yeah, we heard you. Keep Wentz moving out of the pocket is what Todd Womack says. Right? I agree with that completely. Yeah. Listen, let's take our break now. All right, big dog. Let's let him get a little.
I'm a little sick.
Get a little cool air.
Under the weather, though.
Get a little cool air.
It's Cowboy Day. You fight through.
No, it's a trooper move. Don't mind if I'm sliding a little over to the left here.
Oh, well, listen, I hear you.
Example of a wily vet right there. Pointed the shadow right on somebody else. Spotlight right on somebody else. We know it's heater time.
I still have.
It's heater time.
He's coughing up. I saw 7 minutes. I'm not going to Jim Leland it, but I got to pee too. And he's coughing. So I was trying to give the guy a couple-minute break. We're going to be back on the other side. Everybody, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Don't go anywhere for Twitter and Instagram. We're going to be starting a new stream when we come back for you. But Facebook and YouTube, stay right where you're at. Don't go anywhere. A ton to talk about on the other side. We'll get in a little Sixers if we have time. We haven't been on in a while. We wanted to touch on Phillies all season. That can wait, though. Okay, we got Crumb of the Week coming up. And we'll pick her. Sorry, the cough got me. However, I thought I was getting hit by that one. We'll have our picks against the spread on the other side as well. And Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy. All that on the other side. It's Agree, Disagree. A2D Radio. We'll see you in a few, fam.
folks. Bob Mannery here, and you're listening to Agree to Disagree, the flagship, only on A2D Radio. Uncle Sweeps, Nick Delgazzo, the legendary Brian Wilson, and the fucking man himself, Tom Arnone. These three guys from Jersey bringing you real talk with no agenda. You don't like them? Tough shit. It's their show, and they're going to say whatever the hell they goddamn want.
Agree, disagree. A2D Radio. Second half of the show talk. We are live from the Real Talk Studios, like we are every Sunday. And every Sunday we're brought to you by our doc, Make Him Yours, Dr. Paul Waddell, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC. Tom Arnone, Nick Delgazzo, Brian Wilson, Greg Mwagvik over on the ones and twos. Jam-packed show for you. Big time first half you can go back and listen to. Obviously stays up on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. But for everybody that likes to go back on the podcast game and listen there, we're everywhere. iHeartRadio,
Peaky.
Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Google Podcasts, SoundCloud, iTunes. We're everywhere. We'll do Crumb of the Week at the end of the show. We're going to save Phillies all-season moves and some stuff for that further down the road here. If we have time, we'll talk about the Sixers issues, but we're going to continue our Eagles-Cowboys talk, and we'll get a little bit around the NFL, give our picks against the spread, and probably in about 3 minutes we'll have the doc on. We'll talk to him about, I wanted to get his thoughts on load management in the NBA after LeBron's comments pretty much towards the Clippers and what they do, and then Doc Rivers' comments back. So we'll get into that with him. And then we'll have some Eagles injury questions up for him, obviously. No Nelson today, pretty much being shut down for the season. Doug's comments a couple weeks back where he pretty much said certain guys got to play through some of the nagging stuff. And now we fast forward to shutting them down, and that's telling to me when your head coach is pretty much, hey, we need to get you out here. And
It's telling me that he's never going to play for the Eagles again.
no, that's exactly what it's telling me as well. So
Which I'm fine with.
So we gave our score predictions. If you're just joining us, we can give them again. Mine was 28-24 Eagles. Wills?
21-20 Birds. Let's go.
23-17 Birds in a Christmas miracle.
And Greg, obviously.
28-17 Cowboys.
The lone wolf. The lone wolf.
Oh!
A crumb and a wolf.
He's not a wolf.
A crumb of a wolf.
He's definitely not a wolf.
That's
Some
it.
sort of sheep over there.
Yeah, he enjoyed that, Hal. He enjoyed that one. Our poll question brought to you by ATSSportPicks.com. Use promo code A2D for 20% off. The Eagles will beat the Cowboys. Do you agree or disagree? You can still let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube. We'll be answering all your questions, comments, excitement for today's 425 kickoff against the hated Dallas Cowboys.
Fox game of the week.
And if you're not jacked up by now, you need to check your polls because this is a big one. And
Pop a natty light and go to work.
yesterday we listened to Chase Utley, narrate, and Chase Utley doesn't talk often. So when Chase Utley talks, it's big time, and when Chase Utley narrates, that's even big time. And if that doesn't get you going, there's not many things that will.
Eagles by $1 million.
You said it yesterday. I said it with Jake. As soon as you texted, Eagles by $1 million. I agree with you.
World fucking champs.
never gets old. That one never gets old.
No,
Yeah,
sir.
spectacular.
Who's he talking? Michael Robinson. The play of the day will be Ward Jr. throwing a pass to D on a reverse. That's not the first guy to say that. You know what I mean?
People remember that he was a QB.
Wrinkle, wrinkle.
Mark,
I just hope he catches the ball today. I'm not. I mean, if they decide to throw one with him, I'm sure that's the guy that they're going to have to throw the ball because he can throw. But I just want to see him catch some balls today.
yeah, maybe not wait to the last couple minutes of the game too. Would be great as well.
I mean, if he can catch the game-winning TD again, I'll be fine with it.
Yeah, I don't know if I can go down that road again today.
You might be ready. You should be ready for it because I'm expecting it to be pretty close today.
So, Derek Barnett is questionable. Lane Johnson's out. Howard's questionable. Maddox questionable. So, as of right now, Derek Barnett is questionable with his ankle injury. Other guys, Brandon Brooks good. Fletcher Cox good.
Lane's ankle,
Darby good.
Lane's ankle broke or just that bad? I didn't mean to cut you off there.
High ankle. So I guess it's that bad. I mean, I thought he was going to play this week. I thought that was a quarter zone shot play type deal. But the last time he played against DeMarcus Lawrence, he ate him for lunch. DeMarcus did. So if you're not full 100% to go against him today, I'd rather you.
That was the first time he's ever.
Yeah.
Too,
so if you're 90%, I would go, okay, let's go with the guy who's full bill of health today. Even though I would always rather have Lane Johnson out there. You know what I mean? But against a guy like this today, I mean, if you're not 95 or higher ready to go, I don't, you're better off.
Well, yeah, he wasn't able to practice all week, so you just, at that point, I guess you just got to go ride with it.
Yeah, he didn't practice all week, not even a limited. Barnett was limited Friday. That's close to saying that, hey, maybe he could be good to go. That's probably a test today for him, obviously. And JJ, who's playing, was limited. And Avante, who was limited on Friday, is questionable. So two guys that you're going to find out, you're going to find out probably as soon as they get out and test it. Nelson didn't practice all week, even though he's listed as questionable. He's not playing. So, when you don't practice all week, you're probably not playing. You would love to see a full participant out of Avante, Jordan, and Barnett, but you don't get it. But if I have to beg, if I have my wish here, the two out of the three that I really need to play today are Barnett and Maddox. Our defense line is better when Derek Barnett's on the football field. And a game like this, I need the best D line I can get today, the best one I can get.
The more the merrier. All right. I mean, the Super Bowl year, right? Guys were interchangeable, right? We talked about the depth of the front eight.
Yeah, it's something we don't have this year either. As much. We thought we were deep up there, and then you lose Malik week one, and Barnett's been in and out. And, Avery comes in. He's right where Barnett is. Let's go off sides. And there's been no production from him. The only guy you can say off the pine that's delivered something is Josh Sweat, which is fun. A guy who actually had a little bit of a coming out party-ish this year a little bit to show that he's got a skill set. He can go get the quarterback. You know what I mean? Which I'll take that skill set, okay, for my D lineman. Timmy Jernigan, Timmy's been Timmy and Fletcher have been missing in the middle. At least in my eyes, they are, in terms of pressures. Timmy and Fletcher are the ones today. They need to have big ones. Need to have big ones out of them, too.
It's got to be a big day for them. Get pressure in Dak's face.
Josh Sweat, would you have ever thought that?
Nope.
I don't see nothing wrong.
Granted, two of his big games were against, the Little Sisters of the Poor when there was no Darnold for the Jets, and it was Luke Falk. And then the other game was
Bellhop, Luke Falk.
I think in Miami he was having a good game. For that game.
He's been all right actually. He's been better than I expected him to be.
Yeah.
Old Sweat has.
No, he's had a pretty solid season.
Yeah.
For expecting to get, I think most of them can say nothing from him.
Yeah, well, we expected him to only have like a little bit of playing time, and he's had a lot more than we expected, and he hasn't been terrible. He's been serviceable. He's been pretty decently good. So he's been a bright spot, I'd say, on that D line.
He showed the ability to get after the quarterback. You know what I mean?
Which is exactly what you need.
Which is all we're looking for with that. So we'll segue. We told you we have the doc coming on. We have Dr. Paul Vidal, specialized physical therapy LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. You can find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Doc, it's been a few weeks.
guys.
Good to have you.
Doc, how are you?
What's up, Doc?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Doing great.
Doing
Eagles
great, Doc.
might not be as great at 8 o'clock tonight, but as of right now, we're excited. It's Eagles Cowboys day, and I think most of us have, besides Greg, have shifted their excitement to an Eagles win.
Yeah, I'm hoping, man. I got high hopes here. We'll see.
We'll get right into it, Doc. First, before we get to some injury questions we have for you, what do you have score prediction wise today?
Yeah, man. I was reading the Inquirer today, man. I think 4 of the writers had them all losing, man. I mean, I can't go like that, but I think it's going to be a close one. I'm going to say it's 24-21 Eagles.
Nice.
Let's go.
Nice. Almost a clean sweep over here. So I'm going to shift, Doc, from Eagles for a minute, and I want to get into something a little bit more national. And, there's been a lot made over just not Kawhi load management in the NBA, but just
A lot of guys.
load management in general in the NBA. And LeBron came out and said the other day, hey, there's a lot of kids that are coming to watch me play. If I'm healthy, I lost them. So I'll try to answer him when he comes back. No worry. So the question's going to be, and you got family answer it out there. LeBron said, if I'm healthy, I'm going to play. And
Which we love out of that.
Which we
love.
love.
We love that.
Which we love, and Doc Rivers with the other side of it. And long story short, I want the Doc's opinion on, should guys be load managing, or should guys, if they're ready, if they're able to play, they should play.
It's just they've taken it to the
Extreme.
The extreme, exactly. And, appreciate you, helping me out there. No, he's missed about like 8 out of 28 games. Right. So back when it started in the Pop era, right? Those guys, Timmy and those guys, still played 72, 70 to 75 games. You know what I mean? So it was just they spotted it right. You know what I mean? And then your minutes were down. You know what I mean? So
Doc, we got
probably
you back.
probably helped that they were blowing dudes out. I guess that's fine. But,
So, Doc, the question I had for you was with, load management in the NBA. And LeBron came out the other day and said, hey, if I'm healthy, I'm playing. There's a lot of kids and people that are coming to watch me play. So if I'm healthy, I'm going to play.
Yeah, spending good money, yeah.
So my question to you was, growing up, there was no such thing as load management. Guys played, and guys played every night. Now, after Kawhi wins the title last year off of load managing, now everybody wants to be a copycat with it. Now, do you side on the side of, hey, it's good for players' bodies, they're going to be healthier in the postseason, or do you side with LeBron on this one where, hey, if I'm healthy, I'm going to play, and everybody should?
Yeah, I mean, I got to tell you, I think we all grew up pretty much in the same era, man. There was no load management. You had, like, the old Sixers and Lakers battling out Celtics, all those guys, Irving and Larry Bird and Kareem, all those guys. And there was no load management. So from a traditional standpoint, I'm all LeBron. Again, man, that's your job. You're paid to do that. Even if you can only go a certain amount each game, you can contribute and go. And then, you're right, man. Fans pay good money to come see their stars, and you bring your kids. You want to see the stars play, so I can certainly understand it. From the flip side, from a wear and tear standpoint, it certainly makes sense. You save yourself, and the season's long, and the playoffs are what really matter. But quite honestly, those great teams when we were all growing up, they played all year and played in playoffs and won. So, they may be paying the price right now physically from that wear and tear. But if you're looking from it from a pure competition, athletic standpoint, and what the great teams have done in the past, I'm with LeBron. It's physical therapy. So obviously you want to keep yourself moving as long as you can, so you can have a productive life. But if we're talking about the competition in the sport, I'm kind of torn. And just growing up with what I grew up with, I would be more on the LeBron side of things.
Yeah, and LeBron's a guy who talks about, and it's public that, he spends over $1 million a year just on his body alone. Yeah. So it's a guy who that's why he's in his 17th year and still playing at a high level, because he spent so much time putting time into his body. Now, I'm not saying Kawhi Leonard doesn't. You know what I mean? Everybody's different. Everybody's injuries are different in terms of the wear and tear. But, I side with LeBron on this. I know everybody here
Yes, totally.
sides with LeBron on this. So I just wanted to get your thoughts on it, Doc, because, I had a feeling that you were going to be on the LeBron side too. If I'm healthy, play. And it's not just about Kawhi. It's about a lot of other guys. Now,
it just takes away the integrity of the game for me. You know what I mean? So there's more games, obviously, than football. But the percentage-wise, if he only plays 55 to 60 games, that's like your starting quarterback, playing 4 games, 4 out of 16. You'd be happy about that as a fan. If Carson, didn't play 4 games and was like, hey,
I've seen that.
I know, but
Yeah,
I'm
no,
saying,
we weren't happy.
but he was healthy. It's clipboard day. You know what I mean? It's time to, let Josh play. I'm just going to hold the clipboard for 4 weeks,
Yeah, and I think there's a lot that goes into it too. Obviously some guys can get hurt and it's freak injuries, but I think, look at our guy Joel Embiid, right? I think what guys do during the season and off season, from a working out standpoint and knowing when to push and when to hold back on workouts, conditioning, your nutritional intake, how you sleep, how you treat your body. I think, if you only on it during the season and then take off in the off season, which you have every right to, I just think those guys who are just kind of, it's like the Terrell Owens, man. They treat the body as a temple, and maybe not do the same thing, and you can see the longevity there. So I think there are things guys can do to help themselves out, so they can endure the entire season and not have to, load management, so to speak, and take parts of the season off.
Yeah, I understand with load management, if you're coming off a torn ACL, a significant injury into the next year, and they take it easy on your body like they did with Joel and Ben essentially when they first started, coming off an injury, worrying about, hey, keeping them on the court, letting them get their beak wet type thing. Like that kind of situation I understand. But, you're going into year 2 after Kawhi he's not banged up anymore. You know what I mean? It literally is just I'm sitting down because to me this is going to win us another championship. It
just comes down to nobody else really cares. I mean, LeBron is the face of the NBA, so he understands that's that's a big burden to have. You know what I mean? So I'm glad he appreciates that because it's he last year. I'm not saying he did it, but he had a little nagging groin thing. They weren't very good, and he just kind of like shut it down.
They shelved him.
They shelved him.
Smart move, actually. But,
Once again, not saying it wasn't, but now a year later, at least you learn from it. I mean, and they look to be one of the top 3 teams in the NBA, no doubt.
yeah, they're really good.
So you guys have you had a question?
Doc, just to talk a little college football. If you're familiar with the Alabama quarterback Tua, talk about if you can about the maybe how severe this hip injury could be going forward. I mean, I know the surgery he's got to get surgery and stuff, and they were talking about Bo Jackson-esque, but and just your thoughts about it, and the mobility issues going forward for him.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar. I thought it was an ankle injury for him that recurred again. He's got a hip injury now too.
Oh yeah, it was two ankles. Yeah, he's had a rough year and a half. It was one ankle, then the other ankle surgery, and then most recently the hip went during a sack while they were up big months ago. That pissed off Greg. But yes, bad shape. He's got to get hip surgery.
The hip dislocated or what happened? I don't recall.
The labrum tear or something, Greg?
Oh, labrum tear, yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, labrum tear is an interesting thing for the hip. I mean, the hip, the architecture is a very deep joint, unlike the shoulder. So the hip is very stable because it's got a deep architecture. But the labrum adds to the stability of the joint, and it also helps the joint move in the directions that it does. So, obviously, having a torn labrum, depending on the degree of that injury, can impact the stability and mobility. And if you take a position like quarterback, where you got to obviously be very agile and then obviously be able to take hits, especially during the sack, torn labrum of a greater degree could be an issue. And there's if the hip keeps taking wear and tear on a joint that's not as stable, you can potentially impact the blood flow to that what they call the head of the finger, and that eventually loses its nutrition source, and that can just kind of erode away and decay, become like necrotic, like dead bone, and then you end up having kind of like a hip replacement. I mean, that's like the severe end of things. And I believe that happened to Bo Jackson.
Yeah, that's what happened to Bo Jackson. Yep, with the hip replacement.
Yeah, so his hip was just not viable anymore because the blood supply to that hip joint was damaged when he fractured the hip. So
They don't think that that Tua is as bad, but he is getting the hip surgery for the torn labrum. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he'll be out a while, and it's going to be curious to see if he decides to go to the draft. I think he probably still will, but he could come back to Alabama. He still has a year of eligibility, but I think he's probably going to go to the draft because he's probably going to still go top 10.
Yeah, he's still projected top 10.
Yeah,
so
guys like McShay have been going for. It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take a while for him to. And he's a great athlete, and for him to rehabilitate, I mean, might as well get strong and get back. And people have interest in you now, and then you can show them what you can do. I mean, to me, if he's potentially a draft pick, why risk the extra season in college? But that's just my initial thought on that.
Yeah, it makes sense. I think he's probably going to go out. It's going to be curious to see how long, like if he has to miss some of the start of the season next year, if he's on. I would assume that whoever picks him, they're probably not going to start him right away, But I wanted to see how long he would be out for, like if he was on, let's say, the Dolphins next year or whatever.
It's gonna be interesting to see how far medicine's changed.
Don't you do that to me?
Huh? You know what I mean? It's gonna be interesting to see how far medicine's changed over the last
Not a Tagliavoa fan, huh?
15, 20 years.
Nah, I don't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Did you have something, Greg? No, just miking it up. You had that look. You had the look in your eye.
Tag me in type.
So
Was he raising his hand?
he almost was. He was giving the eye look like his hand was raised. So no Lane Johnson today, Doc. High ankle sprain. Won't be able to go. Didn't play last week. So, about 2 weeks since the injury. Going on about 3 since the injury.
Yeah.
Still not able to go. Did not practice all week. So, I know we talked about this before, how the high ankle sprain is at times can be just as bad as like a minor break in a way. Just because of how long it keeps you out. There's nothing you can do, right, Doc, for the most part?
Yeah, again, it all depends on, this high ankle sprain is kind of like a label. It depends if, you just kind of strain the tissue in between, or there was a fracture of the bone at the same time. So it's that could take weeks to months, man. So and again, for these guys and just the size that they are, it's not that simple all the time to just say, okay, yeah, give it a few days and or a few weeks, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. That's why, I thought
They say he's moving pretty good, though. So hopefully, maybe he can come back next week, maybe. Or at least if we make the playoffs, so he can be ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we can, win this game today and then, have a healthy Lane Johnson for next week against the Giants.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And another must-win. Probably the weirdest injury, Doc, and this is my last question for you going around the Eagles, is Nelson Aguilar, who banged his knee up, I want to say 4 weeks ago, banged his knee up. Doug Peterson came out, I want to say about 3 weeks ago, and said, hey, some guys got to just, at this point of the year, play through some of the nagging stuff, and was pretty much directing at Nelson Aguilar. Now, the Eagles pretty much coming out and be reported last night and today that the Eagles are shutting Nelson Aguilar down for the year, and nothing's been reported on what this knee injury was. We saw him bang it at the end of the Patriots game, I want to say. Was that what game it was, Wills?
Yes, I
right.
believe so.
The end of the Patriots game.
Yeah.
So we saw him banging at the end of that game, and hasn't played since. So a very weird injury, and this could be, your thoughts on a guy coming up for another contract extension. Maybe the last we've seen of Nelson Aguilar.
Yeah, I mean that's quite possible. It's tough to say how they script the narrative. And it's just all part of the playbook, so to speak, to where they won't bring him back. I don't know. It's we were hopeful for him in the year of the Super Bowl. He had a bounce back year, and then I think last year he was so I forget. And then this year it's been definitely obviously consistent. And he's been out. It's I don't know. I think with the wide receiving core being decimated, who do we have? Are they going to bring them back because they're just desperate to have somebody, or are they going to go out and get guys or draft guys to strengthen that position? So, I think a lot depends on how Aguilar does in the next few weeks and months and heading into the off season and where he's at, and if they, give him a good look and say, okay, yeah, it's worth bringing him back on a new contract.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like when the coach takes a jab at you, and then you get shut down. That's
he's gone. He's done.
That you're
He's
done
done
here because you didn't
Dead man walking.
Yeah, you didn't have that little because you're playing on a contract year. You didn't want to come back from something a little nagging, and so they said, okay, we'll shut it down for you then. But he, again, didn't practice all week, even though he's listed as questionable for today's game. He's not playing. So
speaking of savages,
they wonder if the narrative is just being laid down. Kind of like prepping us.
Yeah.
Looks like J.J. Watt will be back in 2 weeks from a torn pec. He was supposed to be out the whole year. I guess it just different guys just heal different. Doc,
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. I saw something like that.
Yeah.
A torn pec, man. I mean, those guys a lot are always using their arms. And,
Yep.
And wrangling with each other. I mean, that's a lot of demand on that pec muscle. So that's pretty amazing that he's even considering, or they're considering that he can be back from that.
Difference of two guys here, right? Talk about one guy can't play through a little nagging knee, and another guy's going to come back early, extremely early after a torn pectoral. It's amazing.
Yeah, and J.J. Watt, he's on Titans, right? So they're in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, I think they clinched.
Yeah,
yesterday.
they clinched yesterday.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I don't know if there's extra motivation there, but as you know, Eagles are not out there either. So I'm not sure. Maybe it is a serious thing, and he just can't go, Aguilar. Because you think it was minor, man. It was really not a huge deal, and things were on the line that you as a player you'd want to be out there, but that might give us a sense that it's more serious than we think it is.
Yeah, maybe he's maybe he was the rat. Maybe he was the rat that went to the media. Starting to smell like one. First it started smelling like Alshon a little bit. Now it's starting to shift.
Looks like one, smells like one.
They were friends too. It would make it even more interesting. It would sum up everything that goes on in this city when it comes to sports.
It's weird, man. It's something's followed this team all year. It's just it's like where there's smoke, there's going to be fire, man. Something doesn't seem right. I mean, if they win today, which I hope they do, but they got to go on a tear, man, because maybe they just got to fire on all cylinders at the right time because other teams will eat them alive in the playoffs. It's just coming out of the NFC, the NFC is a big deal in a sense because it was such a weak conference this year. But I mean, obviously somebody has to come out of that division. So if you win, you're in, and then it's a whole new season. But I mean, if things carry over from the regular season to the off season, it's not going to look good.
No, not at all. Not at all. And then, hopefully if they can get in, they'll get some guys back. A guy maybe like Deshaun back.
Well, it's all about getting in,
push.
really.
Yep,
You get in, we get a home game, we'll see what happens.
Yep, it's all about getting in. So, Doc, go Birds today. We're not going to get a chance to talk to you before next week. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, have a Merry Christmas, Doc.
Merry Christmas, Doc.
Yeah, you too, guys.
And we'll catch up with you before the new year next Sunday.
Hopefully still excited about the bird season.
Hopefully having one more week to talk about it, Doc. That's all we're looking for. One more week.
That's it.
An opportunity.
Until the Giants beat us next week, and that's how that would go. It would define our
2019.
Yeah, it would define 2019 in a nutshell. It really, truly would. But let's go beat the Cowboys, Doc. Good talking to you, and we'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys. Have
See
a
you,
good
Doc.
one. Merry Christmas.
See you, Doc.
See you,
Merry
Doc. Merry
Christmas.
Christmas. Everybody, that was Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. You can find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Boys, want to get into some of the games around the league. Give her, picks against the spread, Wills, if you want to pull them up.
I got you.
And let's get running. Obviously, there's 3 games yesterday, so it takes a little bit off of the docket.
So
Docket talk.
we'll start with the 1 o'clock. So we got Jaguars out at Atlanta. Falcons are -7.
They are playing.
I like
they're-
Atlanta.
They're playing tremendous for Dan Quinn. It seems like a likable guy. They're really flying around the ball. I don't know, the Jags. That's a lot of. I'll take the points, but I do like the Falcons. But I'll take the Pintos. I'm a Minshew guy. Anything anti.
Minshew
Foles.
mania.
Anything anti-Foles is fantastic.
What's funny is Ian Rappaport reported this morning that most likely Doug Marrone will be back.
Wow.
With the firing of Tom Coughlin.
Unreal. Doug Marrone's a pile of shit.
Yeah, he's got to have pictures on somebody, man.
Saints at Titans. Saints -3. Titans are without Derrick Henry. I love the Saints in this game.
Yeah.
Roll it up.
Saints.
Roll it up and smoke it. Saints.
Still playing for the top seed.
Yeah, I'll go Saints.
Giants
tough.
at Skins in a game no one cares about. Giants at Skins. Giants -1. Give me the Skins at home.
The Skins.
Steelers at Jets. Little Le'Veon revenge game possibly. Steelers -3.
Did you see him
It's
roll it in
really-
wearing a yellow hoodie today?
It's unbelievably. I can't trust. Like, how bad is Mason Rudolph that you got to trust that they're going to probably make the playoffs with this Duck
Hodges?
Ducky guy. All right?
Duck
It's
Hodges.
atrocious. All right?
Yo,
That's
Duck's
how
out
bad.
there. Sling party. Duck
yeah.
party.
They were
lost the
splitting
game
reps
last
today.
week.
They were
Duck
splitting reps this
hunting.
week.
Yeah, good. They
So it
should.
might be a short leash for Duck.
I'll take the Pittsburgh.
Duck
I'll take
hunting.
Pittsburgh.
Give me Pitt.
Yeah, Pitt.
I'll take
Pitt's
Pitt.
bad though. They're both bad. Jets roll it. Jets are pretty good at home actually. Jets might roll in that game. Bengals at Finns. Another game that no one cares about. Could be for the first pick, or it probably isn't anymore.
No, the morons. They
Dolphins
play-
have been winning.
When you don't play Josh Rosen, how the fuck are you gonna get the number 1 pick? Damn it!
Bengals -1 at Dolphins. Give me the Finns.
Fins.
Incredible. Yeah, 'cause
Lines
they're-
really move.
If they lose, they get the number 1 pick. So
Yeah, why would they tank City?
They should play.
Well, they have.
They should
but
play
they,
Finley.
They should play Finley, but they're not.
Yeah, I
They're playing
Give me the fish.
old Andy Daltz. Panthers at Colts. Colts -7. Give me the Panthers.
Who's -7?
Colts are -7
Wow, and it's home.
Yeah.
at Indy. Yeah.
Oh no, it's in India. I got you.
I'll take the Panthers in that game. I don't know.
My God,
Yeah,
just
I
two
don't really
fucking
know. It's
shit
a lot.
burgers.
It's a lot.
Give
It's
me
a lot
the
of
Panthers.
points.
Yeah, 2 shit
A lot of
burgers.
points. 7.
Panthers can't
Ravens
stop nobody.
at Cleveland. Ravens -10.
Give me the 10 at home.
Yeah, give me Cleveland +10. They already beat them this year once.
Browns.
Yeah, I'll take the Browns +10.
4 o'clock games. Lions at Denver. Denver -8. Give me the Lions.
My God, so many points.
8's a lot of
I want
points.
to take Denver, but yeah. give me
Yeah,
the
I don't
Lions.
take
Give me the
Denver too,
Lions.
Sweeps. Give me the Lions. I'll just take them in shit games like this. Just give me as many as you're going to give me.
Raiders at Chargers. Chargers -7 and a hook.
Jesus.
Give me the Chargers. Raiders stink. They're floundering.
Give me the Raiders. The Chargers play every game's 1 or 2 points. I mean, I hear you.
Yeah, give me the Raiders. I'm not kidding. Chargers shouldn't be giving anybody 7.5.
Cardinals at Seattle. Seattle -9.
Another team that plays all close games. Give me the Cardinals.
Yeah, I like the
Yep.
Cards in
There's
that.
hanging games.
And
There's
then
always around.
And then Eagles or Cowboys at
Pretty
Philly.
good defense.
Cowboys -2.5. Give me the Birds. 21-20. We already went over this.
Yeah, give me the Birds.
Picked it on air.
And,
I'd be a jerk off if I picked the Cowboys.
Yeah, there's only one in the room.
I didn't mean it like that.
I did. I meant it just like that. There's so the night game tonight is Chiefs at Bears. Chiefs -7. Give me the Bears +7 at home. Playing for their life.
Oh God, are they still?
Or they might be
I don't-
done.
Yeah, they're done.
They have a
Yeah,
life?
they're
I
done.
didn't. I
I
thought
don't
they
know. I
were
heard they might
lifeless.
be.
Chiefs.
They lost last
Chiefs
week.
by
right?
a million tonight.
Yeah, that kill them.
Chiefs by a million.
You think
tonight.
Chiefs by a million?
Yeah.
Wow.
Chiefs absolutely
A
roll
mini
them
dicker?
tonight.
In Chicago?
In Chicago. I don't
A
give
roll
shit.
job in Chi-Town?
Yep.
Chi-Town roll job,
Chiefs
huh?
are legit, man. They're also
Look at Cynthia.
fighting for some things.
Look at
so.
Cynthia. She's all greened up. Oh, look at her. 24-23.
Hello.
Birds. Upset of the week. Cynthia.
Hello, pretty lady.
She got beak on her.
Yes, she does. She's giving her.
I like her, though.
She's giving her keys to the win, though.
I like a little Freeland. She got beak though.
All right, I'm on mine.
Yeah.
Who
That was the
talking
game?
about? You're talking about the Bears, right?
Oh, no, Monday night. One more. Vikings.
You want to know
I don't.
Vikings Green Bay tomorrow. There's a show tomorrow that can give you guys that, but we'll let you know.
Have we never done a Monday game?
I
understand you're under the weather, big fella.
I just plugged tomorrow's show. And everyone should be happy.
Tomorrow's another day. All right, cool.
It's Packers at Minnesota. Minnesota -5.
Give me the pack.
Give me the Vikings, actually. I think Kirk's going to have a good day.
Yeah, big game. Give me Green Bay.
He's been playing better, actually.
Yeah, well.
Come on, Lamar. Big day for you. And obviously, everyone that's in the championship, it's championship week for fantasy. So if you're in the chip, best of luck to you. Get the job done.
Yeah, I'm not, so I don't have best of luck to you.
You're actually lucked. You semi-lucked out because you'd be freaking out. Because you had Cook and Henry, right? And they're both out today. You'd be freaking out.
I'll be punching stuff.
And you know the rules in that league is you can't pick people up in the playoffs. So you'd be who do I got on the bench?
I'll be fighting people. Probably drive the Sticks' house. Square them up for the worst rule of all time. Crumb of the week, boys.
I'm gonna go to. I'll go first. I got one because we haven't been on in a while, so I'm gonna go.
Double
old.
dip it.
I'm gonna go old, and then I'm gonna come back recent. All right, my old one from weeks ago. All right, is Eric Weddle. You understand? You're on a new team. He would have been released that night. All right, they played the Ravens. He played for the Ravens, and he was like, "I'm not gonna talk any strategy, or I'm not gonna talk about their schematics, or it just doesn't feel like the right thing to do." And they got rolled 45-6, and he'd have been cut that night. You understand? Like, everybody gets traded. It's up to the Ravens to change what they do. You understand? You're on a new team. You're in a new locker room. Shut the fuck up. All right? And that was weeks ago. All right? So, sorry. I didn't forget about you, Eric, you fucking piece of shit.
Wait, what happened?
Eric Weddle, when they were playing Ravens. He played for the Ravens. Got a lot in here. Got a lot of warm and fuzzy in here for Baltimore, who got rid of him. And he said, told the coaches, I'm not going to tell you anything that they do. Okay, team paying for his check now. Okay, so piece of shit, Eric. See you later, pal. Shave your beard. All right, recently, he's going to go to Doc Rivers. All right, because you got the guy, just let it go. It doesn't matter. You can have your guys back. That's fine. That's the way you guys do things. That's okay, right? But you don't have to take a shot. It's L.A. and there's a rivalry. You think there's a rivalry. There is no rivalry. You're the Clippers, right?
It's like Snoop said.
Yeah. There is no rivalry. You're the Clippers, all right? So, but you don't have to take a shot at LeBron and throw rocks from your glass house when you got the guy in all of NBA, not only that's the king of load management, but is running things there. You understand? He's the guy that's, that when he signed there was all kinds of stipulations, all right? And I'm sure load management was at the top. But the next thing was like, hey, you got to go and trade for this guy. You got to do this. You got to do that. He's pulling all the strings in Clipperland, and you want to take a shot at LeBron for, saying he runs things with the Lakers, all right? So pipe down, Doc, and I do like you, all right? But you had to end up here this week.
Wells? I love both.
I love the load management thing. I like to take a shot at anybody that likes load management. I just think it's bullshit. I'm right with LeBron. If you're healthy, you should play. Kids are paying money to come see you play. You should always be playing if you're healthy. I hate the load management. If you're going to do that, and then get a big lead and only play 20 minutes in the game. You don't have to play 40 minutes.
Exactly.
You have to play 40 minutes. So I'm right with you on that. And I'm starting to get. And it's early. It's way too early. I'm not going to be one of these guys, but Brett Brown's getting crummish to me because we got to do something else. Right now, to me, it's driving me crazy. We've seen it year after year after year.
Don't point to your son.
Year after year after year. Yeah, don't point to your son, okay? Because the two of them don't mesh, and then a lot of it's because of what he's running.
Your son.
What he's running.
A lot of it's because of your son.
No, it's not. If you watch the games, why do we not have? How come we run one play a game?
That dude's not
why?
getting past
Why
either.
is fucking
Get in the
Embiid
fucking
not running rim to rim? Why is he stopping at the 3 line? Why does he look fat and slow? Why is he not running? He never runs. We're never going to see Ben's potential as good as he should be because he should be throwing fucking lobs to Embiid all game, but he's not because he's standing at the fucking 3-point line. Now, a lot of that is Brett's system because we're handing off. We're standing 3-point line. That's what we do. We constantly run that fucking dribble handoff. Then every once in a while we run a play, and we're like, oh, shit, that was really nice. Look at that play. Why don't we do that more often? We don't. I'm just getting a little fed up with Brett. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and I'm getting fed up with that comment because in transition, the reason you don't clog the lane is because the only place your guard can go is to the paint because he has no mid-range game, Wells, which is going to tie into my crumb of the week. And you're right there because you want to deflect blame. I'm not saying Brett Brown has no blame.
Deflecting blame.
I'm not saying Brett Brown has no blame. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is I cannot, when I got two bigs on the court, that's what's hurting me. And a third that can't, and my third's my guard who can't shoot a little bit. Not even a little bit. I see all these fadeaways in the offseason looking like he's Kobe, and then you don't implement him in the game. That's what's killing this team right now in terms of his offensive game hasn't gotten better at all. And the apologists that want to keep continuing to say, well, there's an excuse here, an excuse there. I'm tired of making excuses.
You're wrong.
I'm tired of everybody's. Yeah, I'm tired of all the excuses, so I'm not going to just put it on that dude. Like, you're 7 foot. Get on the fucking block,
Seriously.
dude. This team is so soft from fucking top to bottom,
Soft.
all right? And that's the fucking culture. I'm fucking tired of it. And I'm not saying you're fucking right or wrong. You know what I mean? I hear you, right? But Brett's had enough passes. He's had enough passes, right? That's your culture, right? We're supposed to be great on fucking defense.
We're not winning anything.
We ain't winning shit, man.
We ain't winning nothing.
Right? And now Christmas Day, we'll see. We'll fucking see. Because that team, to me, is
come.
so much better.
You gotta
so
come
you
to
better
play
answer the
Christmas Day.
fucking bell.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
Christmas Day's a
You know
big
what I mean?
game.
Oh, it's
big
fucking
game
huge.
Christmas Day.
It's
because
huge.
Because guess what? If they come in and punch in the face in our place,
You
you
guys
really don't look good.
And you guys have given them the whole Christmas thing. Like I've never said that. That's okay. That's you guys, and there's other people that have that theory, right? Like as soon as the fucking ball's thrown up in fucking October, that's when it's fucking time. All right, not regular season games aren't life or death. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it's fucking go time as soon as the ball gets thrown.
No.
I don't need to fucking wait till December 26th to fucking say, oh, we might be in the fucking finals. No.
I'm just not gonna jump off a wagon at 21 and 10 either. That's my comment.
I watch him
People
every
get
night,
that.
and I fucking root. I got my fucking
No.
shirt on.
I'm talking to other people.
I got my red and white undies.
There's people
I got my
who
Miller
jump.
Lite, and
My
I'm fucking
comments-
disgusted with
My
it.
comments are the people that in mid-January jump like it's over. Like it didn't end 12-20 when we lost to the Mavericks.
no.
Now,
Listen,
is
I'm not worried
there
about
flaws? Is there reason to be pissed? Abso-fucking-lutely. I agree with everything you guys said completely.
And we still need to
Brett
get-
that blame.
we need to
Joel,
somehow get-
hey, I don't care what they said to you up there, right? Because I'm upset at what they said to him to change his demeanor. Okay, one. But then I go back to him and say, fuck what they said. Okay? Go be the dominant player you've been. Regardless if you and Ben aren't perfect together. Go back to the dominant
Stop being
player.
soft.
Go back to that
basically.
dominance because I can't have two soft guys
And
on the court.
Richardson hasn't been as good as we expected.
He
I guess
was.
we'd
Then he
say.
got hurt. Then he got hurt.
Um,
and then he got hurt for a little bit. He played better last night.
I still want to see
Against
them
a
all.
shit
like,
team, but he played better
all
last
these
night.
guys talking about trades. I'm not talking about fucking trades. Okay, I'd like to see us bring a shooter in at the deadline. But besides that, these guys need to play together. We can't keep switching the fucking roster. We've switched the roster 4 times in the last 5 years. We're done.
No,
We're
that's
done.
my excuse for Brett.
It's time
That's
to
why I don't
start
want any more
playing.
changes.
That's
I got to
why-
find out if he's the problem.
But that's
you know what I mean?
why-
Or if it's a player problem.
But
I need some stability
why it's
with
getting on
players
Brett
for a
to
minute.
me.
Because for the third year in a row, I got to sit here and say, well, and I hate doing this, but it's the facts. Like you're just saying, how many games did these 5 play together? It's ridiculous. I'm tired of saying that. Like, can I just have guys play together so then I can make a determination? Well, he's the full blame, or Ben's the issue, or they're all an issue. You know what I mean? Like right now, it's too much flux. Like yeah, bringing in a shooter, cool. I'm all for that, right? But I'm not changing this roster over. You're going to win with these 5 or you're not.
No, yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, we're not
You're going
changing
to win
them.
with these 5 dogs or you're not, because on paper, in the first 5 games of the year, which I still am not running from, this team was here. So to me, my issues with Brett are Matisse Thybulle needs to play, okay? And that's that. Matisse Thybulle needs to play more because that's what helped you early on in the year. You were giving him them minutes. Now at times
It's tough with a rookie though, but I hear
I
you.
understand, but then at times he gets hidden. You know what I mean? Like
He should be seeing 15 to 20
I'm not
minutes a
Mr. Trey Burke, all right? But he's better than Raul Neto. Get Raul Neto off the goddamn court, please. I've seen enough of Raul Neto.
Maybe you can at least
Trey
hide
Burke
him
stinks.
because he can, he
But they both
can
stink.
score.
No, I miss
He
TJ
can
like a
score.
motherfucker. I'll
He
tell you
can
that.
score, so maybe you can
I
hide
don't
him.
agree
I
with
miss
that
the
comment.
fuck out of TJ.
Put him, or at least
Love
put him,
TJ.
put him with a couple.
You know he
pieces.
doesn't like him because he's a moron.
Put him with a couple pieces that are going to
TJ
play
been
defense.
dealing too.
Right, because he can score.
15 and 9 the other night.
Can score a little bit.
I mean, you did shift out like all
Zero
his
issues
buddies
with
too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you
Zero
shipped out
issues
every
with
one of
TJ.
Joel's boys. Every one of Joel's boys ain't here no more, which is weird to me.
Zero
You know what I
issues
mean?
with TJ.
Usually, with your franchise guy, you get it. Hey, TJ's my guy, man. You
I
know?
thought you didn't like him.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? None of his guys, like Jimmy's my guy, right? Jimmy was Joel's guy. None of his guys, all his guys left, which is funny that the organization didn't like make a push to keep your superstar.
He was here for 3 months.
And we talked about it.
They became boys. Now you're gonna take a shot at friendships. Friendships can bond as quick as they want to bond, Greg.
Just saying.
It doesn't.
He
Time
was
doesn't
here
equal
3
friendship.
months.
You better. You don't have a clue. Now you don't have a clue. That's a lot of traveling in 3 months, babe.
Have I ever had a clue?
Okay, a lot of traveling. A lot of
I look at it.
nightclubs.
It always comes back.
A lot
to
of
Clubbing, we
grinding.
clubbing.
It comes back
we
to
clubbing, rolling on dubs.
when we talked about it a month ago, like who our biggest disappointment, and it's still to me there is a long list, right? But it's for me it's still Toby. It's always going to be. It's not always going to be, but it's going to be Toby, right? Because I understand we had to do it. I was the guy. I made a video. I said, hey, let's go, right? But I watch. I watch that. I watch fucking Shamit a lot because I'm up late and they play a lot, and I fucking love that dude. You know what I mean? And it's too late. There ain't no fucking going back. We had no choice. We had to do what we had to do, right? But it's time for that fucking guy to fucking start taking over, do something. Just let me see you fucking. I don't know.
I like Tobias. I like Tobias though, but
I don't
but
not
I'm
like
not
him.
sure
I
that
just-
he's.
I
I'm not. I don't know that he's
you're
a
a max
star.
guy, I understand
but
how
he's,
the NBA
but he's a
works.
good player though. He is.
But he's not a max guy. But I understand that's how the NBA is.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So,
yeah. He's not a max
I mean,
guy,
you
but
know
he's
what I mean?
he's a damn good player. He's not a max guy, and he's not like I don't know. He's getting better with like
He's getting better.
having the ball in the
But
fourth.
again, it's
you know what I mean? But
it's these guys haven't even played a full year together. You know what I mean? Like it's time to.
yeah,
it's
I don't
time
even need
to
a
play
full
it.
year. Like let him play 50. like if you're still making the same mistakes and the same issues are happening after 40 games played together, even 30 games played together.
But I mean, are they saying this in other markets, or is it just us? All right, because and I'm not saying I'm plugged into every other market, but do other markets say that? Because I feel like it's just it's always a Philly thing. Like, hey, we need these guys. They got to gel, man. It takes time. It takes like 3 years to fucking gel. Like what, dude? It's the same fucking game you played your whole life. I don't know.
It does take a little
mind-boggling,
time, but
you know what I mean?
it shouldn't take more than a year.
Yeah.
No, it shouldn't take more than a couple months, really, because it did. When LeBron went to Miami and different things like that, it took about a month or two, and then they hit their stride because they got their comfortability or whatever it was together. You know what I mean? Yeah. To me, the excuse doesn't go on into the play. You know what I'm saying? If these guys are playing together, that excuse ends playoff time. Yeah. You play together enough, you had a full year together. Now it's playoff time. If you don't have a chemistry now, then you're not going to have chemistry next year. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So,
that's true.
So to me, this whole season rides on the playoffs. Like everybody can redeem themselves. Ben can redeem himself. But like the reason these apologists drive me crazy is the guy made 2 threes. I didn't need to see the 3-pointer this year to determine growth. I need to see the mid-range to determine growth. To your point about Joel being on the block, what kills Brett's.
I don't even.
Just listen to me for 1 second, because Joel does need to be on the block, but just hear me out. You can't.
He's not running though.
I hear that part, but when your guard has no perimeter game, okay, now you hurt me putting Horford and Joel down there. You limit my abilities on how much I can in certain designs because this guy.
Well, we don't run any pick and roll, so yeah, that's part of that.
And when they do, Joel's running the pick and roll most of the time. But my point is, Ben has one way to go. You know what I mean? There's no respect for the pull-up game. So if there's respect for the pull-up, I can then clog the lane more and the post more. But when my guard who's handling the basketball, then everybody clogs in what Brad Stevens did in the playoffs 2 years ago. Everybody clogs the lane because Joel's down there, and now there's nowhere to go with the basketball. So not that I agree with this, but their thought process is that's why you see Joel a lot more on the block when Trey Burke's in and Neto's in than you do with Ben, or Josh Richardson's run the point than you do when Ben runs the point.
Well, maybe if it forces, I just
need a couple. I just need a fucking couple, please.
Maybe if you do that, it forces the kid's hand. You know, because now they're throwing out of a double, and it's like, hey, listen, there is nowhere to go.
No, you're
know what
gonna
I mean?
have to.
You know what I mean? So when you let him have free reign, and then it is clogged up, like you said, and then he has nothing to do. Like at least throw it in there, right? Be a beast. If they're going to double and then they kick it out, then you start shooting.
Because last year, think about it. Last year we only had Joel to worry about down
we're
there,
asking
right?
for a lot there,
Last
but
year,
I
that's
mean,
all we had. Now
maybe
we have
that'll force the
Horford.
kid's hand. I don't
Now
know.
we have Horford and Joel that clog up space down there. That both can stretch it. So you see with Burke, Richardson, and Neto when they're running the point, both are down there a little bit more. But even one of them's usually at the key. It'll either be Horford down low, Joel at the key, or vice versa. You know what I mean?
True.
Because the league's saying that when Ben's on the court, they're like, all right, dude, I don't care. You're not going to shoot, and if you do, whoop-de-do. Because you haven't. So until he proves, and even in transition, like I was saying this the other day, like if he can pull up in transition, right, that makes our transition offense 100 times better. Because I don't have to drop off of a specimen. I don't have to drop off of him 10 feet. And let me make it clear, I said specimen because this dude's a specimen. This is why it drives me crazy. I don't have to drop 10 feet off him and say, well, you ain't. And then the other night, against Nunn. Nunn's 6'2". He's 6'2". You're going to dish out the Horford there? You had two opportunities with the paint wide open for you, designed to be open for you in transition. And listen, he got.
I'm not too mad about that. He got a good look.
I get it.
But
It's bigger than a good look.
I need to go to the hole more.
Yes.
We all agree. We need
yes.
I don't give a fuck about the mid-range game you're talking about. I'm worried about finishing at the rim.
I'm worried about two things.
And being confident that if I don't finish the rim, I'm going to get fouled and I'm going to make my foul shots.
Greg, go hit that because it stopped on us.
That's what I'm That's what I need.
Should just be able to reconnect it, I think. It's all red button. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like everybody's to blame. Joel's got blame. His numbers are down. I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy by his body language. That's my son, and I'm picking up on terrible body language. I'm not a body language guy. I'm an aggressive cat. And when my guy lost his fire is what the reason I was drawn to him to begin with. Because he kept things real. That's what drew me to Joel Embiid. Why are we changing our franchise player? We won't change the other one, right? We won't tell the other one, hey, I'm going to need you to shoot the basketball, right? We won't do that to him, but we'll tell the other one, easy on Twitter. This is what makes the guy him.
Easy on my best.
How do we know that?
Sorry.
How do we know that they did that? You know what I mean? How do we know that they did that, though? Like, whose story is that they did that?
It's factual.
Is it?
Don't worry about it.
Or are you just making it up?
Huh?
Because I haven't heard that. Like, did they really come to him and told him,
yeah,
we don't need you to talk on Twitter anymore?
Yeah. They made it. They talked to him. They talked to him about it. After the town.
Are we sure?
Yes. Dude, I don't fucking come on here and lie, dude.
I mean, I don't know about all that.
I know about
all
all
put
that.
Out there, but.
Okay, one for 727. You're giving this? You're going to give this to me? Him. Relax.
You're come over here. I was going to say, you brought up the wrong thing.
I didn't get a chance to get over to you yet. I got the peripheral.
He's in your peripheral. Use your peripherals, dog. Use your peripherals.
All right, fam. You got about 7 minutes to kick off on the 1 o'clock games. It's been fun being back here again. New studio.
Merry Christmas to everybody
we're warm,
out there.
Right? Or we're actually we got too hot. No more space heaters. We talking gas.
We talking gas. It might blow up, according to Big T, but it's a quick go.
That's what he said.
It's a quick go.
Guy's crazy.
He came in here for what? What did he come in here for?
I don't know. His point. The reason I was giving him shit is because his point.
No, not for that. I told him to come in for that a couple minutes ago.
No, I know that. But I'm saying the only reason I gave him shit when he was in here wasn't for the Eagles score, really. It's because his point about the Rams made no sense. He's like, look at the Rams. Yeah, they scored 30 yesterday, and they got almost shut out by Dallas. So you're making no sense here. You're making Dallas look better.
Anyway.
You're making Dallas look better.
No, he was pretty much saying he doesn't think San Fran's all that great.
Yeah,
so, I don't know where he was going.
Yeah,
sometimes
he's off the reservation.
It's his first time on camera. You guys,
I don't know what to do with my hands.
There's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure. I gotta at least, I gotta at least give him that. There's some pressure. Go Birds. Hopefully, you got shows all week. We're back, family. Follow A2D Live. Follow A2D Radio.
And Merry Christmas to the fam out there, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Be safe.
Merry Christmas. We love you all. Go Birds.
Obviously, it's a better Christmas if the Eagles win today. So let's fucking go.
Yep.
We want a good Christmas.
Christmas will be ruined. Could
Don't
be
know
ruined
how.
by 8 o'clock tonight. So
Don't know how. Find a way.
Find a way.
Find a way.
For Tom Arnaud, Nick Delgazzo, Brian Wilson, Greg Moagovic, family out there, we love you. Let's go.
Let's go.